It's Grandson of Right Thought, and welcome to the School of Marvelous Light, little flock. Some of you may be familiar with this, some of you may not. But there's a place in the scripture where there was some infighting going on among the nation of Israel. As we know, sometimes siblings don't always get along. And as it is with the nation of Israel, that is 12 tribes that are one people, that are one nation. And they often are scattered or they become divided. And we know what the result of that is. But as I was saying, there's a place in the scripture that talks about this infighting going on in the nation of Israel. And in this particular instance, the tribe of Benjamin is singled out. And the rest of the nation of Israel come together, as the scripture says, as one man. As one man against Benjamin. Now, through this scenario, Abba's going to be teaching us layered things, as he always is, layered like a cake. A truth upon a truth upon a truth, all hidden in one scenario or one thing. Abba likes to do that, and so it is with this. Benjamin is the youngest and can be looked at as the smallest. Though not numerically, but you know how it is with siblings. The youngest is looked at as the more insignificant, while the eldest is looked at as the more significant. You see? And so it is with Benjamin. But in this fight, the nation of Israel comes against Benjamin, and Benjamin holds up in one of their cities called Gibeah. This city called Gibeah becomes like a fort for the Benjamites. And Israel comes against Benjamin, and they fight. And many Israelites fall in this fight. And Benjamin gains superiority over the nation of Israel during this fight. The nation of Israel comes again and attacks Benjamin again at Gibeah. And they fall again, and they can't understand what is going on. And they go and they get the ark. You know how it is. They get the Ark of the Covenant, and they inquire of the Most High. Why is this the case? If some sin was done in Benjamin, which was the case, there was some sin done in Benjamin. And this is why the nation of Israel came against Benjamin, to root out that sin. But now we see the nation of Israel is falling as they come against this one city, Gibeah, where the Benjamites are. And they inquire. And the Most High says, I'll deliver them into your hand. Go again. But this time when they go, they lure the Benjamites away from that city. You see that? They lure the Benjamites away from their city. And when they lure them away from the city, then they're able to capitalize on that and humble Benjamin. And Benjamin gets destroyed down to almost extinction. So do you see what I'm saying, little flock? About this scenario? Well, if you don't quite yet see, you know I'm going to help you. As long as the Benjamites were in that city, then they gained the mastery over their enemies. Because that city did indeed belong to them. It was theirs. And as long as they remained in it, they could not be defeated. But the moment they were drawn away from it, The moment they became a little too overconfident, a little too sure in themselves instead of the city, then they fell. Do you see it? And so now I want to refer you all to a vision that I had when I was in the 40 days. And as I always say, you guys who come here, you're already familiar with it, and then you'll see how it all ties in together here in this message and how it applies to you every single day of your life. When I was in the 40-day fast out in the wilderness, I had a vision or a dream, one or the other, a night vision, the Bible calls it, in which I was inside of a house. And I was in the front of the house looking at the front door. The front door was open, the screen door was closed. And as I looked out of the front door, I could see a small little porch out there in front of the house. So as I walked toward to inspect what was going on outside of the house, I saw there were some beings outside of the house. It looked like a couple guys standing out there. And they were enticing me to come out of the house. They were like, come on out here, man. Who you think you are? You think you're tough or something? Come on out of that house. So I already know you guys' spidey senses are already tingling about how I'm about to connect this like Legos. I already know you guys. So I know your stuff is tingling. You're already like, grandson, I hear you. All right, so let's continue. So when they called me out of the house and everything, I thought, well, they're no threat to me. I can handle them, and I'll go on outside. But when I go outside, they start to jump on me and attack me. And they started to kind of overwhelm me. So I took off running to try to get some space between me and them. And when I took off running, they were faster than me. And like I said, there was a group of them. It wasn't just one or two. It was like 4 or 5 of them. And they were faster than me. They were outrunning me. And they also were mocking me for being faster than me. They were mocking how slow I was. They were laughing at me as if to say, there's nothing you can do now that we've got you out of that house. So they eventually caught up to me. Like I said, they were running so fast, they could have ran past me like a Ferrari F50 or something. They were moving so fast compared to me. I was running like a regular speed man. These dudes were moving faster than cheetahs. So they caught me and knocked me to the ground. And when they knocked me to the ground, they started to beat me. And I knew I was overcome, and I knew that I was dead to rights. And in the midst of knowing that, I woke up again. I was in the house again, exactly like it was previous, exact same way. And I hear the Father say to me, stay in the house. So this time I go to the door, and I look out the door, and I see the same guy standing there saying the same things to me. Come on outside, come on. Same old thing. And in the midst of this, I stayed in the house. Do you see that little flower? I didn't go outside of the house. I stayed in the house. You see that? So now as I stayed in the house and I looked out the door, I realized, hey, these guys aren't able to do anything to me. Matter of fact, they're changing. And by changing, I mean they started to turn into stone or salt, one or the other. They turned into it. And when they turned into it, they just kind of fell like powder falls to the ground, like the wind just kind of blew it away like dust. And that was the end of the night vision. So little flock, do you understand what I'm saying to you today? Abba was revealing through that night vision that as long as you stay in the house, then there is nothing they can do to you. They will actually turn into salt. Now, I want to explain to you this turning into salt, this bitterness, okay? This turning into salt. When a person is trying to entice you or tempt you to come out of the house and you don't, they become vindictive. They become bitter. They become angry because they have no control over you. And in becoming bitter, angry, and vindictive, they die. They cease to exist. You follow that? They cease to exist when you do not come out of the house. Isn't that what was happening with Benjamin? All them Israelites was ceasing to exist because the Benjamites wouldn't leave in Gibeah, which belonged to them. So now I want to ask you today, little flock. Here we go. We're cooking now. What belongs to you? What belongs to you? Now, you know everything outside of your body does not belong to you. Men think it does, and that's why they try to hold on to it. But as soon as they're done with this life and they hang up that garment, then everything that they had acquired goes to somebody else, proving, obviously, then, that it didn't belong to you. Because if it did, it'd be with you where you are, but it isn't. You're one place and it is somewhere else, isn't it? Yeah. So now, little flock, I just told you that everything outside of your body is this way. So what about everything inside of your body? Interesting. So now, do not leave the house. By saying do not leave the house, what the Father is saying is, do not leave your body. Do not leave your state of being. Can you follow that today, little flock? Can you follow it today, little flock? I'm going to make it clear, like I said. You could just be sitting chilling, right? You're just minding your own business. You ain't bothering nobody. You ain't thinking about nobody else. You're in the silence, which for most people is very uncomfortable, but it's like home to you. See, that sitting in the silence alone by yourself quietly, that's called being in your state of being. Now, you may be calm and peaceful, like I said, in your own state of being. Then someone else comes around. And when they come around, you start to feel their state of being. Now, when you start to feel their state of being, you are now tempted to leave your calm, quiet, peaceful state of being you were in to now open your mouth and start to speak, to inquire, to ask, to see, to fix, to remedy, to help. Do you see what I'm saying here today, little flock? Not knowing how to actually do those things. How you actually remedy, how you actually see, how you actually help, how you actually inquire is by remaining in the house. Isn't that right? Now, you may not have known this. By remaining in the house, that means you remain in your own state of being, which is peaceful, calm, relaxed, which is powerful. So, being in your state of being is being in a state of power. When you leave your state of being, you are now leaving a powerful state of being. Did you know that? Because it would be wise to get that nugget of information and keep it in your pocket constantly and consistently as you go forth throughout your days here. If I leave my state of being and go outside of my state of being to deal with something else or someone else's state of being, then I am powerless, even though I think I may be helping. And this is why people find themselves saying, I was just trying to help. Gosh, why you snap all at me and everything? Okay, did I tell you what happens when you leave the house? You get beat up. Isn't that what I told you happened in my night vision? So then that's what happened to you. You got beat up emotionally when they said, I don't want to talk right now. Why are you bothering me? Well, I wasn't, see, now you're stirred up, you see? So if they snap like that, what do? What did I tell you? You stay in the house. I am calm. Maybe they're not, but that has nothing to do with me. Isn't this going on inside of your own psychology, inside of your own psyche, inside of your own body, inside of your own soul? Yes. Yes. So if your soul gets kicked up in a ruckus, then you cannot save a soul. You may think you are by reaching out. You may think you are by flailing about emotionally. You may think you are by opening your big pie hole, speaking a whole lot of words, but you're not. Christ was asleep on that boat, wasn't he? And when they came to him with their emotions and with their feelings, he just simply denied it. In other words, he just simply said, peace be still. My state of being, not yours. Not you guys' state of being. Like I said, the whole nation of Israel came against one little tribe called Benjamin, and they couldn't do shit with Benjamin as long as Benjamin was in his house. They couldn't do nothing with him there. They had to get him to come out of his house. And what causes you to get out of your house? Pride does. Isn't that what I said? The Benjamites got overconfident, and that's why they dipped out and started running and chasing. What did I tell you? These niggas can't do nothing with me. I'm going to go out there and do what I got to do. See, pride causes you to go before a fall. Ain't that clear? So now, little flock, it should be obvious where your power is. Your power is at home. You notice when Israel departs from their power, they become scattered and they're no longer at home. Why is that always synonymous with them being punished? Them being scattered and no longer being in their own land. That's the punishment for disobedience from disobedience to your power. See how this is going? No Israelite can get away from what I'm saying. His hometown. What's the capital city of the nation of Israel? It's so easy and obvious to see what I'm saying. That would be Jerusalem. Abba chose that. It's his city. He chose it to put his people there. You see it? Now what does Jerusalem mean? And then you'll see exactly what the grandson's saying to you. Jerusalem means city of peace. Now, as long as the Benjamites were in their city, they prevailed. So long as the Israelites are in their city, they will prevail. What is their city? Peace. You Israelites have allowed these other nations that are nothing and less than nothing to begin to rule over you and to get you all stirred up in your emotions. And what I'm asking is, for what? You're loved. You have a power. Just because they may not doesn't mean you have to depart from yours. Just because they're outside out there in the field and you're a plain man who dwells in your own tent doesn't mean that you're the weaker man. It actually means you're the more powerful one, because if you're in the field, then you don't have the power. Look how that go. Abba made that clear. If you go out in the field, then you're powerless. Now Esau is a man of the field. Look at that there. Esau, God hates. Power hates a man of the field. Power loves a plain man who dwells in his own house. See how it worked? Peaceful man, then. A field man is wild. What did you read about Esau? He red and hairy all over like a hairy garment. That means wild. Untamed. See that there? But what did it say about the man who dwells in his own tent? It says he was a smooth man. See the difference? Smooth means untouched by outside influence. Because you dwell in your own tent. See how it working? Where you're powerful. No one can come in there unless your strong man have first been bound. Now, what does it mean to be bound? Because our carnal minds will hear that and think, oh, that means the nigga then got tied up in his own house. Some people that came in there and tied him up in his own house. No. To bind him means to get him to come out of his house. to get him to leave who he is. What did Samson do? Come on. It's in the same book where this infighting took place, the same book. What did Samson do? He departed from who he was. He was a Nazarite from birth. And he departed from that out of pride. He thought, I'll get up like I always do. Read the scriptures, it'll tell you. I'll get up like I always do, and I'm going to shake these niggas off me. But when you departed from who you were, you departed from your power. And you departed from who you were because of some outside circumstance or stimulation, like I said. And when you did that, you got blind and you couldn't see. And you were made a mockery of, and your enemies laughed at you and prevailed over you because you were not being who you were. Wouldn't you do that if you had an enemy and you took him and then his memory was wiped and he started to act like a completely different creature than what he actually was? This dude is stronger than you. He actually rules over you. You're his servant, but he's acting like your servant. See what I mean about the nation of Israel? What happened to you? Do you see why it happened to you now? Do you see why? It's the curse of leaving your house. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you guys in which ways also you're leaving your house other than when you get stimulated or tempted by some outside circumstance. You also are going outside of the house when you take on the customs of other field people around you. Anything outside of your house is going to cause you to sin. It's going to lead you astray. So the only way you can keep from going astray is to remain in the truth of who you are. And if you're an Israelite, then you are to remain in a state of peace. That is where the Father comes and dwells with his people, is there. Isn't it? They always would say, we must go up to Jerusalem to worship. Why there? And why do you have to go up? You never read about them going down into Jerusalem, but you do read about them going down into Egypt. Come on, little flock. Come on. You can't hear what the grandson's saying to you today? Peace is an elevated state. It is the most highest elevated state that there is. So then they're the most high people of the most high. You are a chosen people. You are a peculiar people. You don't get swept up in what's going on in the world. What did Christ say this generation is like? He said this generation is like children playing instruments in the marketplace. And when they don't see you dancing to their tune, they're asking you, why don't you dance? I've been piping. How come you're not dancing? So in other words, when a person does something in this world, they expect emulation. They expect you to fall in line with them. Do you understand how disease works? How it can mimic a cell? Or how it can change a cell into its own image? Colonization, it's called, right? And you all see it happening in your world, but yet you deny that it's a spiritual origin of what you see physically. I told y'all, what you see physically is an after effect. So if you see a people colonizing, causing other people to be like them, dress like them, speak their language, talk like them, use their money, become like them, then that means something spiritually is causing that to manifest. Somebody's not being who they are supposed to be. They're allowing somebody else to change the image into their image. Instead of be stronger than that nigga and change the world into your image. That's what the grandson doing right now. Because like I said, I'm not concerned with the end result of this work that I'm doing. I already know the end. That's why I'm the way I am now. Because I know the end. How I am now is the faith being made manifest to you. See what I mean? The substance of what I hope for. No evidence seen. I know what the world looks like now, but it's going to be conformed into a new image. And why? Because there's another grandson being birthed. Read the Bible and it'll tell you that. Esau is the end of this world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth it. See? Remember what I told you about that man dwelling in his tent? That's Jacob. So that kind of man, when you see him, that is the beginning of a new world. I told you that's what the grandson represents. So then no one can deny what I'm telling you, because out of my mouth is the evidence. The word is the evidence. My teaching is the evidence to the nation of Israel that you are now called into a higher calling of being. You are now called to be a new man, to put off the old man with his deeds, and now put on the new man and his deeds, which are fashioned after Christ. Christ is not swayed with what anybody else got to say. He's not swayed with what anybody else is doing. I don't give a damn what these niggas say. I don't care what a nigga try to say. No, I don't give a damn what a nigga done said. I don't care what a nigga done said. No, I don't give a damn what a nigga trying to do. Why? Because my Abba is good. He is good. He is good. Because my Abba is good. He is good. He is good. See, when a nigga try to argue with me, you know what I tell that nigga? I don't give a damn what this nigga say. I don't care what that nigga trying to say. No, I don't give a damn what that nigga done said. I don't care how red that nigga get when he say it. I don't give a damn what that nigga trying to do. Jumping up like an ape. Abba is good. He is good. He is good. Because my Abba is good. Did you hear me today, little flock? I don't give a damn that nigga turning red, jumping up and down like an ape. That does not change anything over here at the School of Marvelous Light. I'm going to stand here in this doorway, look at you, turn to dust. Go ahead and keep jumping. Won't be long now. Won't be long now. You see the way I am with the earth? The way I am with the world of Esau? It won't be long now. You got a short little time because I'm here now. I don't get swayed. I don't get turned left and right by what a nigga do outside of me. Them days is in the past, long gone, and that man is dead, never to return again who does such a thing. Because now the new man is birthed, the man whose name is the branch, who is the servant of the Most High, I am. And now, because that's the servant, because that's the name the servant comes in, then it should be very clear to you that what I'm talking to you about is your presence. I am is your presence. Can you get away from that? So you would tell me that power is in the name of God. Can you deny that that's true? That the scriptures bear witness that power is in the name of I am. Can you deny that? So now, what that means is you will now quicken a state of being by the word, because the word is with you and it is also you. So when you say I am something, that's your word. It's with you. When you say it, it's with you. And it is you. So if you say I am sick, you have quickened that state of being into your life. Now it's a temporary vain state of being, because it cannot stay, because God is not sick. So if you say I am sick, you will only temporarily stay in that state of being until it runs its course. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's just not the truth of I am. But if you take his name in vain, you will only find death. It will run its course and then you'll die. Because you took his name in vain with the word. Not because you did anything else. Not because all the actions that you did that caused you to die. But that's all that men look at, because men judge outward appearance. In other words, they only judge by what they have seen happen. They don't judge by the cause of what they have seen happen. And the cause of what you have seen happen is the word. Everything was made by the word. Everything was made through the word. There is not anything that's made that was made any other way. Do you hear that? So anything that you experience was made, and it was made because of the way you took the Father's name. Can you hear me today? Can you hear me today? And everything that tries to portray itself to be against that truth is only an illusion, and all you have to do is simply wait quietly through it. Isn't that what Yahusha done? Y'all can't deny that's the truth. So then you can't deny that's what I'm telling you to do is what's true. You can't deny that. And once you know that it's true, the only other question you can have for a man like me is, how did you know this? How are you able to articulate it to me in a way where I'm able to see what I could not see before? How is that happening? It's because I am the man whose name is the branch. A branch is a purifier. It is a stick that purifies nonsense out of a child. So then so it is with you. You have nonsense. You have childish ways, like Paul said, of thinking about things, outward appearance. That's the way child think. Oh, it's dark. I'm scared. It's the same room. Nothing changed in the room other than it became dark in there. Just because it became dark doesn't mean you're now under a threat. You're not. But look how the child might think. Oh, but then when you become a man, you love having that light off when it's time to go to sleep. You can't get no damn sleep with the light on. You rushing to turn that damn light out. When somebody else turn the light on in the room, you be like, damn, man, how long for you turn that light back off? If the nigga leave out the room without turning the light off, you huff and puff bad as hell like the wicked damn witch of the West when you go turn that light off. Oh, shit. Damn. Turn the light all hard, snatch. Jump back in your bed and get back under them cozy ass blankets. See how you put the childish shit away? Oh, I'm in danger. Oh, something scary happening to me because the light is off. No, it ain't. Ain't nothing scary happening. There's something good happening to you. It's helping you to sleep good. You in your house, ain't you? So then you safe and protected. Don't nobody know your house like you do. That's the advantage of being in your house like them Benjamites was. Nobody knew Gibeah like they did. So then I know how to be in an advantageous position while you aren't. Even though you may think you are, but you're not in your house. So you don't know. How the fuck you know? In other words, I got a booby trap in my kitchen. All right there? No. Let's make it even juicier. I have a room with a safe in it, but I have a big ass booby trap around that damn safe. But you don't know that. But when you broke into the house looking for something valuable, you saw that safe, so you started trying to get in it. You even had the tools to get into a safe. But when you ran toward that damn safe, that booby trap caught your ass, didn't it? I put a damn lure. That lure was that safe. Ain't shit in it. I ain't got nothing in that damn safe. I just got the safe there to make your ass run toward the booby trap. See what I'm trying to say? Like that rattlesnake that got that rattle on his tail. This ain't no toy, but you think it's a toy, don't you, bunny? So come play with it. It's nothing but a reed blowing in the wind. That's all that it is. So go ahead on and grab onto it, bunny, and play with it. Yeah, have a good old time. Jump on that rattle. And when the bunny jumps on that rattle to play, what happens to him? Can snatch. Well, you sure are a subtle little dude. Didn't even know that you were planning that attack. Well, why do you think I rattled? Do you see what I'm trying to say today? To get you to leave from what you was doing to focus on what I'm doing. Why? So I can kill you. That's what the world is doing. That's why the snake does it. Because everything you see is showing you a spiritual truth. Oh, man. If that rattle isn't interesting, then that bunny won't hop. If that rattle is obviously connected to a snake with venom in every damn thing right there, then it won't work. Do you guys hear what I'm saying today? So it is with you getting enticed every single day. You're seeing a rattle. Oh man, look at that cool little thing. Okay. How many men have been at the bar in their own peaceful state of being, just chilling? Then all of a sudden, here comes Roxanne. She sits down next to that nigga. He get to looking over there. Ooh, sheesh. See how your whole inner state just changed? Now you're outside of yourself. Come back into yourself. I am. I am a confident, calm, suave ass man. The hell I gotta get all worked up for because a woman walked in here next to me. See how it's different? I am. Not her. She's nothing. But I am everything. Isn't that loving God with your whole heart being that way? Yep. Sure is. But people don't seem to understand that, do they? Nope, they don't. But you look at her, your eyes bug all out, your tongue rolls all out of your damn head and everything, and then you go, hey girl, shit, can I get your number? What are you doing here? She's like, oh, I just was on a business trip or something, and I got a room upstairs. You sure look good. Let's go have a nice, fun night. Your dumb ass go, shit, okay, hell yeah. You run up there to that room, and when you get up there, 4 or 5 compadres come out of the bathroom. One hits you over the back of your head with a blackjack, knocking your ass unconscious, and then all of a sudden, all your goods is gone, including that Jacob and Company you had on your wrist, including that fine-ass girl. She's looking in the contents of your wallet with her boyfriend right now, and you're laying on the floor bleeding out because you jumped on the rattle. She rattled that thing in front of you, didn't she? Move your body like a snake, ma. Look at that. Yeah. But you didn't see the venom. But I do. I am. So I don't get all worked up over outside circumstances like a rattle. Oh, there's a rattlesnake over there. Let me go the other way. What the hell? Rattlesnake's like, wait. You're not supposed to know that I'm here. You're supposed to just think there's something interesting there. You're not supposed to know I'm here trying to catch your attention, but I do know. Oh shit, I know your device. I know your rattle. So then, in other words, little flock, what is interesting to you is what is shown to you. That's fire that purifies you. What interests you outside of I am will be shown to you. It will be enticing to you. It will be a temptation to you. A man is drawn away when the lust of his own heart, see there? By the lust of his own heart. That's what drew him away. You could call that your interests outside of I am. You have other interests. You want other things. And because of that, it becomes a temptation to you to lure you outside of I am. So then when you see something and you want it, that automatically means you don't have it. The truth would be, if you see something and you want it, I've said this before, is to say, I am experiencing having it. Therefore, I'm now resting from the desire. I am now resting from the chasing it. I am now resting from the going after it to try to get it. I am now resting from the trying to acquire it. That's what the man of the field does. He seeks to acquire. That's what his name means. Cain. Told y'all that. I done told y'all that. So a man's power is to stay within himself. This has to do with your wife, your children. I don't give a damn what it is. You have to love me more than them. You hear me today? You got to love me more than them. And it's nobody else to love but I am, because that's his name. That's what he said his name is. So there's nobody else to love but I am. More than all the rest of these people that are pulling on your energy when they should be resting in I am as well, proving that they're not resting in I am. Like those men on that ship. Oh man, we're going to die. Peace be still. What kind of man is this? The new one. I told you. Now you know the kingdom has come nigh unto you because of the word that I'm telling you. Can't tell you what I don't know nothing about. I can only tell you what I know. Ain't that right, little flock? So y'all be blessed today, and I hope that was edifying to you, because it should be. It's a very important message for the little flockulators. Y'all be blessed today, and remain in that truth as we move throughout this body, like I said, because you won't be able to speak right if you don't rest in a peaceful state of being. You should not talk if you're not in Jerusalem. So you hear that, Israel? Y'all want to talk and talk and talk about all kinds of stuff, but you're not in your homeland. So what good does it do for you to talk? Why don't you just be quiet until you're in your homeland? How about you just do that? And then maybe when you speak, you'll be speaking from a truthful place. Isn't that true? Yeah. You'll be speaking from home. You'll be speaking from the truth of who you are and no longer from a lie. Oh, these heathens. Oh, these colonizers. Oh, these Europeans. Oh, this. Oh. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else. Always somebody else. It's always somebody else. It's always somebody else. You're just looking at rattles and rattles and rattles getting bit by a snake, and you're wondering why you getting bit by a snake. You one didn't ride, but every time a rattle shake, you chase it, but you wonder why you get bit. Why don't you just chill, be quiet, sit still, and see the salvation of I am, like he's been telling your nation since the beginning of from our inception? Why don't you just heed to what he's told you to do? Like I said, and then you'll find yourself in a state of truth, and now you can speak from a state of power. You see that there, little flock? So now that y'all should know this, then now we should all be gathered back to this one truth, calling on the Father's name with one consent. Because if you come to the school of marvelous light and you ask any flocculator, what's the Father's name? You are only going to get one name from each one of us. And that's the way Abba would have it to be, because that was what he prophesied in his word. And it ain't going to come back void, because it's doing it right now. I'm the man who's here to gather everybody under that name. Can't you see it? Everybody else got you up under some other name, or they got the name cloaked. That ain't helping you either. They have the name veiled, which means they're not showing you the power of it. Then it doesn't matter if they tell you the name, they're not showing you the power of it. To make the name known is what the Messiah does. What the anointed does is make the Father's name known. Is that what's happening here at the School of Marvelous Light? So then, as strange as that may sound to you, who does that mean that I am? What does that mean that I am? I am anointed to preach this good news, to set those at liberty who were held captive, those in the prison houses, trapped, to set them free so that they can fly back home again, be free as a bird. So y'all be blessed today, little flock. Salawam, Mr. Allah.